Okay. Yeah, there we are live.
Hey, everybody. Jaimie and I here. So I'll go ahead, Jaimie,
Yeah, no, go
if
ahead.
you don't mind.
Please.
By the way, just to let everybody know, this is a couple of firsts for us in that this is our first in the Upscale Success Strategies group going live. We've done lives and you can look through our live videos on our business page, the Upscale your business page. So there's lots of video there. You're going to see lots more video on here, and we're going to start going live on a regular basis. We're going to start to pump out the schedule, but watch for alerts like you may have seen, and that may have given you the opportunity to tune into us. But we're going to give you more heads up. We're going to give you emails as well, so you know ahead of time. Please come with your questions. We're going to have a specific topic that we're going to talk about, and we're going to answer your questions about that. But also, we don't mind going off script. I mean, if you have a burning question, as we always do and I've always done in our implementation calls, we're happy to help you with some suggestions and recommendations and anything that we've learned about implementing a specific strategy. Do let us know. The other first is we're using a new service, which we're quite excited about, called StreamYard. So a little plug for StreamYard. I don't even think we have an affiliate link for that, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I can look into it.
We're not worried about it. Just go to StreamYard.com. From what we've seen so far, very easy and intuitive. We were able to get on very quickly, set things up in a fraction of a second, really, just in a couple of minutes. We were here waiting to go live. And we're going to be able to share some screens with you and do some things like that. So my name is Mark Kanty. Quick little introduction here. My partner is Jaimie Skultety. We do have our own individual businesses. So my business is called Release Dynamics. And my tagline, if you will, is practical marketing strategies to help you release the full potential of your coaching business. Jaimie Skultety is my partner, and her business is called Upscale Your Business. Collectively together, we have developed the Upscale method. We love the Upscale acronym so much that we decided to adopt that as our motto and our header on this. So I've been in this space since exclusively online as a coach and consultant since 2005. So I'm a little long in the tooth, been around the block for a while, but constantly learning. Let me introduce you to Jaimie and let her introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jaimie Skultety. And yes, as Mark said, my business is Upscale Your Business. I've been in business since 2009, so just a little shorter than Mark, but we came together in 2017. And as Mark said, we've kind of put together our program, and we work really well together, and we're very symbiotic in what we do. So it's been a pleasure. So.
Yes, a blessing. And as I always refer to Jaimie as my missing piece, and she often refers to me the same way. So we were thrilled to have come together, met about 5 years ago. And
2017.
Yeah, and been working together ever since. So we're going to keep this live today fairly brief. But we want to give you, some value here besides just the opportunity to meet us and get a sense of who we are and a feel for who we are. But we do have a topic today, and that's specifically about your online presence and how important that is. One of the first things Jaimie and I do when we meet someone, maybe we connect. Often we connect with people. LinkedIn is probably our primary way of meeting people. So we're often connecting with people online via LinkedIn. And one of the first things we do is we have a look at their online presence, and we say, how do they show up online? Is it communicating to them what they want to communicate to their ideal client? Do they have a definition of who their ideal client is? These are some of the questions that we ask, and often some of the conversations we have, which are just great when we have the opportunity to meet with you or anybody for that matter that's looking at building their coaching practice online. We're often surprised at what we see because really we live in two different worlds, if you will. We have the physical world that we all obviously live in. We sleep in physical beds, we watch physical TVs, we sit in physical offices and cars and vehicles and things like that. But if you're in the space that we are, and you wouldn't be here if you weren't, we work in the virtual world. So the virtual world is a totally different space. So people may know you in your physical world based on the way you dress and the way you carry yourself around town and the car you drive. But how do they see you in the virtual world? And are you portraying yourself in a way that is attractive, that allows people to know who you are, what you do, how you are here to serve, and in a very specific way, who you're here to serve? These are important questions to think about and to look at developing a plan or a strategy around how you appear online. And I'm just going to share, if I could, Jaimie, I've got a screen that I'd love to share with everyone. So this is our 9-step process. This is the Upscale method that we've developed and honed over the years. And I'm referring to a couple of things specifically. One is step 1, laying your foundation, making sure. So let's kind of take this into the physical world for a minute. If you were to open up a store, you'd be wanting to look at location. So where is that store going to be? Is it going to be in a neighborhood that's going to appeal to the right audience? And then when you decide on that store, what are you going to do to that store? What kind of signage are you going to put up? Are you going to put signs that point to the store? What's the front window look like? What's the front door look like? These are all things you would do in a regular physical brick and mortar business. Well, let's translate that online in terms of what do you do in the virtual world? What does your storefront look like? What neighborhoods do you hang around with? How do you appear? What is your signage like? These are all things that apply in the virtual world as well. So we lay the foundation in terms of creating a business. And then you'll also notice that we refer to this in step 4 of our 9-step process as well, is your online marketing audit. So this is where we dive really deep and we look at every nook and cranny online to find out what your reputation is. So you want to know what your reputation is. Where are you appearing online? Sometimes this can be done as simple as Googling your name and your business name. Do you like what you see? Is it attracting the kind of person that you want to work with? These are important questions to answer. Jaimie, I just thought, let you pitch in on here too. One more comment and then I'll turn over to Jaimie, but you'll also see this comes in to being another critical element in step 7, where we optimize your online presence. So you got to know where you are to begin with in order to improve it. And you want to optimize it so that, yes, your persona and your online persona does attract the right type of person to you, the ideal client that you want to work with. Jaimie, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, first you have to get very clear on who it is that you want to serve, who it is that you want to be attracting. Do you understand the problems that they're experiencing in their lives or their business or whatever it is that they might be struggling with? Do you have a clear grasp on exactly what they need so that you can speak to that? So that's the key. That's the absolute keys to the kingdom. So if you are, we always like to joke, if you're trying to serve anybody with a pulse and a credit card, that's not an ideal target market. If you're serving just, women, right, or just men, or just anybody with a business, I know we like to think big, the bigger the audience, the better. Then you have a bigger net, right, to catch more fish. Not actually the ideal way of actually getting business. You're at that point, you're just competing on price. So just wanted to mention that, target market is the key that you have to start with first and foremost.
So I can't agree with Jaimie enough. I mean, such an important element because it begins, there's an old saying. I remember I've got a cartoon. As a matter of fact, I got a meme of it somewhere on my hard drive. It's quite old. And it was, I think it was Nancy was the one, the old cartoon with, I think it was, her name was Nancy, and the heading though, or the line on it says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I think that really ties into what Jaimie's talking about, is you have to know who you want to work with, who your ideal client is, because you need to make them feel special. You need to let them know that they're special to you. And as Jaimie just said, if you're targeting all business owners or all women or all men, how on earth can they look at that and say, well, yeah, that's me. I'm a guy, I'm a man. Boy, do I feel special? No. But if you're very specific about who that man is and what their challenges are and what their issues are and what problems they're trying to solve, what goals they're trying to achieve, These are the things that we need to know, and we need to build our online presence around, so that when somebody does see you online, when they're maybe checking you out online, and by the way, 9 out of 10 people, if they hear your name or they're considering you as an option, will check you out online. They will Google you. They will Google your name. They will Google your business name, and they will find out everything about you. So you need to make sure that what they see resonates with them. What they see says, yes, this is a person that I want to connect with. This is a person that I potentially want to be in relationship with, in business relationship with. So really, really important. It all begins with understanding the who. Who is your ideal client? Who is it that you are ideally suited to serve and to help? So thank you, Jaimie. Such an important point on that. So one of the things that we have here, and again, this is our first kind of our trial run. So we appreciate the fact that we threw this on everyone quickly and we just jumped online. You may be seeing this live a little later as it's being recorded and it's on there, but please, we're going to be monitoring, as we always do. We monitor all our channels, so we'll be looking for your comments. Please leave your thoughts, your ideas around an online presence, your questions. Where do I need to hang out? What does that mean? Any questions you have, your comments, your thumbs up, we'd really appreciate that, because we want to know if you've enjoyed this topic, and if you'd like to hear more about it, then let us know. Communicate with us through the chat. So that's really, really important to us. The other thing we want to do is share with you, Jaimie and I created a tool, and I want to first of all let you know that when we do Facebook Lives, these are not scripted. Jaimie and I do come up with a topic, and we want to talk about that. And then as we're talking quite often, or even just before we get started, we think, well, how can we help? How can we provide tools or anything at all? In this particular case, as a matter of fact, we'd already scheduled the call. Jaimie and I were waiting for it to go live, and Jaimie came up with this idea and said, hey, this could really help people understand their online presence. So I just want you to know that this was not a canned presentation to drive you here, but we do want to offer this to you. It's free. There's no conditions or strings attached to this, but you might find this really, really helpful. This is a 20-point assessment that Jaimie put together years ago, and that we've refined and worked with over the years. That'll kind of help you look at, are there things that need to be fixed? Are there mistakes that I'm making in my online presence that aren't attracting the type of person that I want, that aren't creating interest or engagement or even enrollment of clients because I'm making these mistakes? So this is a really good assessment to give you a handle on where you are in terms of your online presence and how you appear online.
It's all the stuff that I've seen over the, the years that I've been in business, of all the same mistakes that I see so many people making. And, it's the point of conversation when we get onto a call, a consultation call, where I go, do you know that you're making like these, these few mistakes? And if you just tweak these a little bit, it will really help you. And people, I give free advice, here, go do this. And this is scoreable. So it's kind of an assessment. You score 1 for each mistake you're making, and you will get an analysis of how you scored and what you should do to fix what you've got that is a mistake, is what I would call it. So,
yes. So this was a quick thing that we just thought of. This would be really helpful on this Facebook Live, because we're talking about online presence and how you appear online. We thought this would be a really good tool that you might find helpful. Again, you can just go here and then you can download the assessment. I know we deliberately have it showing up blurry there because we don't want people trying to figure out what those words are. That would be very, very frustrating. But once you go there and you click on it, you'll see the full high def version, and you can download it. It's free. You can download it. You can print it. Go through it on your own, and you'll be able to kind of come up with your own score. We do, because this was quick and dirty and we just kind of pulled this in the last minute, Jaimie and I will look, and we will post in the comment section or somewhere on this Facebook Live after we conclude. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jaimie, we have like a digitized version of this where you can actually go in and go through, either it's the 20 questions or something very similar. And we'll put a link to that in the chat too, so that if you want to go through that, instead of you having to print it out and kind of going through it manually. I think we have a digital version. Jaimie, don't we have something like this?
Well, we have an inbound marketing assessment, which is very, very comprehensive. That's even more comprehensive than this, but we can certainly post that as well. It's also interactive, and like Mark is talking about, you press some buttons, you answer some questions, you'll get a score at the end of that.
Yes.
It's even more comprehensive than this. This is just a really good, awareness tool, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. But so either one,
Great
and we'll
point.
post that assessment as well. The other assessment, the longer one, we'll put in the chat.
Here's what I think would be a great idea. We've given you this. We don't want to overburden you or overwhelm you. Go check this out. If you're interested in more and going even deeper, then do us a favor, drop in the comment section, drop what would we say?
Inbound assessment.
Inbound assessment. So put in the words inbound assessment. And if you put those in, we'll send you a direct message and give you the link to that. So we don't want to overburden you with a whole bunch of different things. Let's just stick with this for now. If you do want to go deeper, leave us in the comment section, specifically the words inbound assessment, and then we'll know that's what you're looking for. And we'll send you a quick little DM with the link to that. Okay. So that's probably the best way to handle this. And we really hope that helps and that you get tremendous value from this. Again, I want to kind of reiterate and bring this back to full circle. We don't believe in magic pills or silver bullets. This is just one part of a process that we've actually worked this into what we call our roadmap. So again, our roadmap takes you kind of from being frustrated, not knowing what to do, feeling like somebody else is pulling all your strings, like all the different messages that you get out, and getting out of that overwhelm and moving through a process. And that's probably why you're in this group, is because you've learned about this and you're wanting to know more about going through this roadmap that leads you from being pulled in different directions and feeling frustrated and overwhelmed to coming out the other end of the roadmap and feeling like, hey, I've got a properly organized business that's doing what I want it to do, which is enroll your ideal clients. So just wanted to, very important that we put this in context, that just because you do the 20 points and you find out what they are and you massage those a little does not mean it's going to rain clients for you. Business requires a little more effort than that, a little more work. And this is just one part of the process that we go through when we take people through our 9 steps. So I do want to caution, and I do want to just reiterate that and let people know, just to be totally transparent and upfront with you. Great tool though, really important to have a look at how you're showing up online. I think we're ready to wrap. Again,
thank you for anybody who's watching out there.
Thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up. Let us know, hated it, loved it, want to learn more. If there's other topics that you're
missed the link, maybe you didn't see the link, so you need us to post it, let us know. Anything at all. We're here to serve. We're here to help you out. We're here to help you release the full potential of your business and to upscale your business to the level that you want it to be. So use us, take advantage of this information, and do that by communicating with us. You can leave a comment in the chat here, and then we'll be able to respond to that accordingly. And we're always monitoring all of our. And not to be salesy, but if you are interested in speaking with Mark or myself, let us know that too, and we'll send you a link to our scheduling. So I'm not trying to be salesy or pushy on that, but I just want to let you know that if that is something that you're interested in, we would welcome that, of course. So, of course. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Jaimie. I appreciate that. Very true is set up a time. No hassle, no BS, no pushing. But if you're wondering if you're stuck or you're not stuck, maybe you're just wondering, where do I go next with my business? How do I get it to where I want it to be? Set up a time. Let's have a chat about it and see if we can help you find some of those missing pieces for your particular coaching business. All right. About it. That's about all I have to say today. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the next Facebook Live. We're going to get better at this thanks to you, because you're going to give us topics. You're going to give us comments. You're going to participate in this process. And that's what's going to make this better and better and better. So please jump in and know that we've got a commitment to be here to serve you. So watch for our next Facebook Live. We'll give you a little more heads up next time, though. Thank you, everybody. I'll end the broadcast. Jaimie. Okay.